I think we're good. Mic check. Cam check. All right. What up, y'all? We are going to do stuff. That's all I got for y'all tonight. We're gonna do stuff. What kind of stuff? I have no idea. But just know that stuff will be done, and hopefully we'll have a good time doing said stuff. C6, what's up, man? You want to do any treasure goblin farming shenanigans? I can have to contribute this time. I think I got like 5 or 6 of them myself. I should probably transmog at some point. This is pretty. I've been pretty homeless looking for a bit. You need to get rid of yours. Okay. Invite me whenever you want. We can probably get some people in the chat to get involved too if you guys want to jump in. You know, this actually isn't bad. That's not a bad one for us. It's not too terrible. Also not too terrible. You put your big boy pants on so you take your amulets. Big? Bog boy, big boy, gotcha. So did it work out for you, or are you crying? So Peacha, I got something to show you actually. So I did I sank the Fist of Fate you gave me. And turned out pretty good. I got a retribution on it. So, however, you want to know what's actually kind of crazy about this though, Peachin? Is that these gloves are still actually a little bit better, like a teeny bit better. And I got for her on this one, but I, put retribution. So you would think it's probably like kind of close, right? Like close in sort of DPS or whatever, but like just regular glove. Because the for her aspect is like practically equal to Fist of Fate if you think about it. It's like pretty close. And then retribution is on both of them. Right? So I got retribution on both of them. For her is practically equal to Fist of Fate if you really think about it. It's like kind of close. It averages out to be about 50. Probably this is slightly less than 50%, right? But having the dex and the damage per Dark Shroud, I think actually edges it out just a little bit, like just a teeny bit. I noticed that my runs are better with the regular glyph, even more so than this Fist of Fate. Now, of course, I'm gonna hold on to this. Obviously, like this is for other setups and whatnot. But for rain, for whatever reason, the regular glove seems to do well. Not to mention, generally speaking, I wouldn't want the cooldown reduction. I would want max life, and considering how squishy we are this season, but basically how much damage explosions do, having the max life is probably like makes the regular glove make more sense in general. So yeah, I did try it though. I did like multiple different like pit 100 runs just to kind of like get a feel for both of them. And yeah, the regular glove was the only one I was able to consistently do under 5 minutes 100. Like about 410 or whatever like that with regular glove. With Fist of Fate, I'm like hitting 5 almost every time. Now, of course, the simple size is like 7 or 8 runs each or whatever, but hey, what are your thoughts on the season? There is a still, yeah, there is a 6 for sure. Like, particle is going on. You said world boss in 9 FLS. Okay. But yeah, so honestly, I actually really do like the season. I think they did a good job overall with the season. I mean, there are some gripes. Don't get me wrong, but I think overall this was a good idea. Like what they've done were good ideas in general that were mostly well executed on all fronts. But I do think that the gameplay loop needs to be to be revisited, and the fact that we don't have tower yet, kind of sort of thing, makes it hard to kind of like really enjoy all the new stuff that kind of like is presented with us, because like we're like slamming a bunch of thanks on stuff, right? But then we just have a worse version of the pit to test it in. So it's kind of like, it feels like, you know, like 8 or 9 steps forward, but like 1 or 2 steps back, which again, not awful, but I mean, and of course, Inferno Hordes is kind of broken right now. Like, broken as in like it's not given the correct amount of materials in the chest or whatever, which was not the plan. So apparently there'll be a hot fix or a fix for that, most likely. So there'll be a reason to do Inferno Hordes again. But yeah, I just feel like they did good overall. But I struggle finding a reason to want to get as strong as the game will let me. I do find the idea of slamming stuff via sanctification like a lot of fun. But for me, I need the why. Like, why am I doing it? I guess you could say. I think about when I get home, like, yo, I'm gonna like put this together. I got this sick amulet. I got this whatever. I got like a 20 weapons or like that. And then like after I do it, I'm like, why did I do this again? Sort of thing. It's like the fun is almost like the process of it, but after I get it, it's kind of like, okay, well, good, you know, good, you got it. So, but yeah, the chase itself is fun, for sure. But I will say that this is definitely like a considerably better season than some of the previous ones. I think season 10 and season 11 were actually pretty good. Season 6, 7, 8, and 9 were like relatively awful. So we had to like sit through 4 non-exciting seasons before we got 2 decent ones back to back. So hopefully they only go up from here in terms of like stuff they do from D4, but so we'll see. C6 like request invite. And I'm back to the the paladin. I don't know how I forgot that. Yeah, the paladin's definitely a big factor for season 11. Gameplay loop for others is just Asmodean in town, ladder boss in town. She says, I actually kind of disagree. Okay. I personally love the current gameplay loop, but I am probably one of the few. However, there should be more gameplay loop option. I gotta say that this one is tedious for people who hate bosses, but I hate some of the other. I think honestly, I actually don't mind killing the other bosses. I just don't want to fight Asmodean. like for as long as I'm fighting him. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I feel like I'll put it this way: when you put when you put an awesome world boss such as Asmodan, like he's titty race. He's such an awesome he's an awesome world boss, but I really feel like making him be the prime gameplay loop just kills the like long-term vibe of that world boss. You know what I mean? Like you can't like introducing Asmodan and then Asmodan being like 80% of the gameplay. It's not good. If that makes sense. And then also him being a regular world boss when you world boss too, like doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like you just kind of, it's like you wear him out. Belial was the same way. Think about it. Belial was the same way. Like when we first got Belial, what did we do? We literally beat the shit out of him over thousands, hundreds of thousands of times, right? So Belial was really cool when he was introduced, but now Belial is just kind of like, why? Because we literally just mollywopped him for hours on end because he was literally the best farm. So we kind of wore the new boss out. You know what I mean? So like he's no longer nearly as cool anymore because that's all we did. That's kind of how I feel about Asmodan. Like he's a really cool world boss to fight, but if that's all I'm doing, and you just introduced him. Hello. Know what I mean? I gotta teach the lore to the Zoomers. These demons be coming back. So, overall, though, I will say, definitely in the right direction in terms of the game itself, for sure. I can do whatever has whispers, so it's whatever for me. The loop. I think because I'm like now trying to actively get decent sanctifications to kind of like really test stuff on guys or whatever. When I kind of have to search for certain things to get enough materials to be able to slam as much as I need to be able to update the guys, I guess for me it starts to become a little more exhausting because I'm kind of forced to do it versus making the choice not. You know, I guess, and that's probably just like a 1%er problem, right? And, you know, considering that like I got guys to update, so my point of view is probably very skewed, which is, you know, fair. If I wasn't writing guys, I wouldn't care probably nearly as much. I would just be doing Infernal Hordes just because I feel like it. But yeah, because I got some things I have to update. I gotta slam. Splendor, gem. I should probably put all my good sigils like in the stash, right? Yeah, because instead of just putting them on the ground, I should probably be like salvaging them instead. All right, let's go to let me invite you, Mia. Pecha, you want in on this? I guess I should be playing dress up games. Oh, sorry, we're doing treasure breach sigils. Diablo 5 before GTA 6 probably. I'm sure we'll get Diablo Immortal 2 before we get GTA 6. And the new running joke would be like, don't you guys have meta glasses? Like for real? instead of phones, you'll be able to play Diablo Immortal 2 on like your meta glasses. I'm good unless it involves scrolls. I mean, do the goblins help you? They do help you with that, right? Because then you can fill your little goblin thing and key overshad, right? And then get scrolls that way. No. I mean, it's up to you if you don't want to. I ain't gonna make you, but I figured maybe you want in. Also need to make Neo a favorite. There we go. Made the favorites. I should have been did that. Actually, don't even know why I haven't. They don't drop scrolls or low chest. I'm on last at lazy. It'll be so bad for you. Knuckles, appreciate the follow. He said, duh, okay. Hold on. What is this place? I don't know. Definitely. Shout out to the one guy. Look here, I enjoy all towns. All right, all right. Look, man. Look. These people need look. These people need business. Okay, we can't always be giving all our business to Key Overshad and Saragar. Okay, all right. These guys, they work hard too. Okay, and we need to use their blacksmiths and their oculists and their jewelers. Otherwise, they're gonna go out of business. It's hard out here. Okay, all right. Spread the wealth, man. Let me see if I can get one more person in there. Yo, DMKT, what? I didn't think he was playing this season, or playing at all. Actually, let me add the favorites real quick. I think only Peach knows who DMKT is, but yeah, I won't bother him for now. I'll message him later. He probably doing something. All right. Blame, you want in? Hold on a sec. We're doing some treasure goblin farming. You wanna jump in? You just got the game. I just want to know which class I should start with, and I got the Spiritborn. Probably Paladin, to be honest with you. Have you ever played D2? That's an important. That's an important question, Knuckles. Have you played D2 before? And if so, have you played the Paladin? Okay, well then I can't sell you on that. Man, well, the Paladin is still an amazing class to play. Outside of that, I can't really tell you what class you should start. Have you played any Diablo games before in the past? I'm trying to think of like an archetype that you might like. You played okay. You played Diablo 3. What classes did you like in Diablo 3? Or what was your main? Immortal is a sin and should not exist. To be honest with you, man, I mean, I get it. You know, it got a lot of hate based off of, you know, the obvious pay to win model structure, you know. But like, the core game itself is actually pretty freaking good. Like, it really is. Like, when you take away that particular debacle towards the beginning of the game, I mean, it's still, there's still pay to win features for sure. It's not nearly as aggressive as it used to be, but the actual core gameplay loop is literally one of the best mobile games I've ever played. Like, hands down. It's actually kind of fun. It's just the monetization model obviously ruined it for me for the long term. But when I played it, I was having fun. So if it wasn't for obviously the higher ups wanting to cash in on obviously a mobile title, I think Diablo Immortal would have been considerably more respected as a Diablo title. So I won't blame the game so much as I blame the corporation for, you know, wanting to cash out on the obvious mobile craze. But the game itself is actually quite good. Necromancer, Wizard, Barbarian, and the Rogue. Alright, so that's like a wide variety of classes. I'm assuming, are they in order? It's a little different because Barbarian. Okay, yeah. You like playing? Well, yeah. I don't know what you should start with, to be honest. You said Necro first, so I'm almost assuming Necro. Oh, a 4 GA ring. Really? Am I really out of whatchamacallits? What should I drop? Can't really drop anything. I should just put stuff in my stash. That's what I did. Oh well. Drop the sank mats. Oh, you mean the heavily sank ones? Got it. I'm gonna just like actually put stuff in my stash. Alright, that should be all the goblins, right? Pay to win is worse if you can get sponsored for paying him. What was that? Saturdays, Friday nights combo. This is actually a good ring. I gotta hold on to too much because of freaking Saint. That was not what I wanted on the ring, but you know what? I'll keep it. What's the shard looking? Everything else is true.
Father bless. What do you need?
I got a lot of treasure bags. And I'm full on whatchamacallit. I got a lot of loot. Hold up.
Blinding light.
Pick up stuff. None of that really matters except amulet.
Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
You guys waiting on me? How's a druid? Druid's is doing pretty well this season, I think. I don't know what the top build is. I haven't been paying that much attention, to be honest. Let's put us in the actual jury spot here. I'm gonna put this here. And then I need to start putting stuff in this tab here. Like boss mats, extra boss mats. Got way more of that. Of that, of that, that. That. I think everything else is fine. I'm updating again. So most of the stuff, honestly, right now in the build, like everything I've written so far and any build guides I've done so far works. It's just that these certifications need to be changed around because there are some things that I didn't know that could roll, that does roll, and some things I thought could roll doesn't roll. So basically, the updates will just be where the certifications are and what they are. I haven't made any, so like. When I do update the victimize variant, that's pretty much basically it. I probably would suggest a regular glove over grasp, but that's really the only major change, to be honest. Everything else is just sank stuff. Nicer rogue build, yeah. Yeah, I got to get around to it. I will probably do that for sure tomorrow. I think I'll probably do it on stream too while I'm at it. I'll do all the guys at once. Yeah, Rain is slowly becoming my favorite build to play. The victimized version, honestly. After doing it, I have a hard time going back to playing it with Shard again. And honestly, I don't really think the Shard variant is really that much stronger, or noticeably stronger than the victimized variant. They're a lot closer than I thought they would be. We're going. Okay. Oh, I got stuck. This goblin is running for his life. Get back here. Tired of seeing paladins everywhere. I mean, to be fair though, I mean, it is the paladin. People have been wanting to play play this class forever, and it's the new hype. So I totally get it, right? And of course, Blizzard is gonna make the paladin a little stronger than the other classes on purpose for, you know, pre-expansion sales. Let's be realistic here. So it's totally understandable why there are a crap ton of paladins. But rogue for life, sir. Unless Demon Hunter comes out for some reason. So not Fist of Fate. Current guy shows Fist of Fate on the victimized variant. So honestly, I have a Fist of Fate. I have a really good Fist of Fate in my stash, and I've tested that too as well. I think regular gloves are slightly better, especially if you can get maximum health on it too as well. Now, if you got a Fist of Fate, like, don't change it. Like, you know, if your Fist of Fate is better than any of your regular gloves, still use Fist of Fate. The difference is kind of minimal, but like for, you know, best in slot, I do think that regular gloves are actually better. And this is just from like actually play testing it. Like, what is coming? What is that coming up? Oh, from the paladin, yeah. A random guy on your friends list get the youth expansion, so you felt obligated to try paladin. All right, so are we going to the new new one? What aspect did you put in the gloves? I did retribution. But so now retribution was probably one of the sanctifications that I probably had on the original one. But I guess put retribution on there. If you already have that, do cold clip instead. There's several you can kind of gain. This cold clip, conceded, behemoth, for her. Also a nice one, which I actually got a certification on this one here. But yeah, also a bow will feel better. Like a two-hand bow feels better to play with, like in terms of speed farming, because you're a little bit more nimble. But a crossbow is like slightly stronger. And you're gonna really feel like the hits with the crossbow versus using a bow. I have a bow right now because of my sanctification on it. But if I can get a crossbow with that same thing, I'd probably use a crossbow instead. Oh, whoops. I gotta wait for them to come in. Alright. But yeah, Illustrator, I got you, man. Tomorrow night on stream. Because I'm probably going to turn the regular guide into victimized variant, to be honest, and then use the shard version that's just the push build, and that's kind of it. There's no reason to use shard outside of push at all. But who knew? I didn't know the victimized version would be this good this season. I put it that way. I guess I'm gonna just follow line and just pick up stuff. Ring. Treasure bag. So also too, illustrate. You can also go. I was playing around with it earlier off stream. You can go 1-to-1, victimize with Orphan Maker if you wanted to, but you have to go scoundrels, scoundrels leathers, chess, and use poison trap as your core skill, and you can do 1-to-1 that way with Orphan Maker. It is a little slower, in general, but it's actually a really neat way to play it. To be honest, the only drawback to that is that I can't find a way to play it consistently. Like there'll be hiccups where it doesn't drop the energy for some strange reason, so my rain of arrows would just randomly go on cooldown. So I haven't really figured out what's causing that. But the results will probably end up being the same, honestly. It's just another way to play it. How high can this build setup do? You plan on pushing? Grimjo? By the way, Grimjo, you're is that like short for Grimjo? You know, like Bleach fan? But nah, I mean, fully sanctified, meaning like, you know, you got all the right place and stuff like that, like somewhere between 113 and 115. Right, sir? Yeah. I mean, that would be kind of irrelevant unless you're actually like gonna spend the amount of hours necessary to push per se, but it's probably Rogue's second strongest build behind Heartseeker. Heartseeker push variant is cancer to play. I would not recommend anyone do that. Did I divorce Heartseeker? Nah, I think I just became. I think I played so much Heartseeker last season that I kind of wanted to do something. I wanted to do something else first, because I always min max Heartseeker first every time, and so I was like, you know what? I want to like I do play Rain every season, but I always play it like second or third, and like I never really like I do enough just to update the guides and stuff, and then that's it. So this time around, I'm like, you know, to switch things up for me to make it a little bit more interesting for myself, let me min-max Rain first and then go back to Heartseeker. So that's kind of what it is. But I absolutely have not given up on standard Heartseeker. Keyword standard Heartseeker. Standard in all capital letters, bold, italicized, underline, with the neon flashing signs and like, you know, LED lights all around it and stuff like that. Yeah. Just so that for you understand, I mean standard. I want to push just the matter ground gear. Yeah, but I guess the thing is that Pit, to be honest with you, Grimja, like Pit's kind of awful right now. It's been awful for some time, but it's even worse this season. If anything, grind for gear and stuff to do tower. Tower is gonna feel better to play. So, but tower doesn't come out until like the beginning to mid January or whatever. So that gives you time to grind and stuff, so you can actually compete with other people in the tower, in which you will have official leaderboards in the game if that's your thing. Putting all your hopes on the tower being good. Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying I don't think it just can't get any worse than Pit. I think that's just the thought. I'm not saying tower is gonna be great. I'm just saying anything is gonna be better than Pit at the moment. No, no, no. I don't get me wrong. I'm gonna bag on Tower 2 as well when it comes out. But I feel like that's gonna be a little more fun-ish maybe. Yeah, I'm playing the WoW. Oh, well, yeah. So the game has changed a lot since the last time you probably played. Darkest says Reigns is a super fun build. It is. Have a chance to try Rapid Fire? No, I have not. Matthias did. Matthias did with a setup pretty similar to my Maxwell guide, and it felt awful. Like he hated his life trying to play it. Is it viable? It is viable for pushing, but I wouldn't do it for pushing, nor would I definitely do it for like normal gameplay. Like only if you're like a rapid fire enthusiast, someone that just absolutely loves the skill, and it's their favorite skill of all time. Would I recommend doing so? Because it's not weak. It's really not a weak build. It's just doesn't feel good to play, and it's really clunky. But it is pretty strong. It's definitely not weak. By the way, Pichu, how was your barrage endeavor? How was that doing, or how was that doing? Just streaming your slow as Nick. Yep, sure am. Then again, I'm like distracted, so like I'm pretty much far behind y'all anyway, most of the time. I'm probably the zoomiest in this party. Relative. But yeah. They can do 95, 93, but I have room to improve. It's more fun than hordes. It's actually like fun for normal content, like for like nightmare dungeons, hordes, helltide. Like it's actually fun in those content, right? I don't know if time you just dropping is there a good spot where they drop. Well, you just keep doing pit, honestly. They drop pit, helltides. Nightmare dungeons. Honestly, you just literally playing the game. They just like I wouldn't think about it so much. They'll happen, I promise. Drop can't see like less than before. Yeah. I mean you can just do speed pits. Speed pits and helltides are probably your best bet, but any content you do, will put it there for you. Decoy with a sub. Appreciate you, sir. You forgot to do your potato entrance, though. This guy might be an imposter, y'all. There it is. There it is. I was getting ready to say, I'm like, might need to kick this imposter guy. I'm gonna be decoy. I don't trust him. By the way, I think I fixed my problem in Heroes of the Storm, by the way. I think I did. I haven't tried it since the season came out, or this season came out, but I'm eager to, because with the fall state changes, boss dead. It was causing it. So I have different profiles for different games that I play, and generally speaking, it will automatically switch to the profile of the game that I'm playing, like for like my mouse and keyboard and stuff like that. And it wasn't doing that. I didn't realize it wasn't doing that. So it was stuck on D4's profile, which has almost has all different keys, but they don't really conflict with Heroes of the Storm, except for like the shift key and right click. And I didn't realize that they were different, because it wasn't enough of a, like, it felt like lag to me, but it was really just like how much I PoE too. But do you have any advice you can give me from playing it a bit? You mean like advice for PoE too? I mean, I don't know if I'd be the best person to like give advice for you for that, because typically speaking, I actually played solo self-found and didn't look up any guys or anything. I went in blind, which for me was fun, but most people would tell you not to do that because the game is really heavily reliant on trades. It does trading really well, but it's really reliant on it. So you might be best to look up, guides and stuff in terms of just general knowledge of the game. But I will say that the game does a pretty good job of explaining how stuff works. It is quite literally the opposite of Diablo 4. Like, you can read a tooltip and it makes sense most of the time, which allows you to kind of, sort of make your own build-ish. Not saying it'll be great by any means, but at least you will have a higher degree of success doing your own thing in Path of Exile 2 than you would in Diablo 4, just because stuff just makes more sense. However, trading is a very big thing in the game, and that's something you're going to want to learn how to do. Play through the campaigns. The campaigns are actually fun, like a lot of fun. In my opinion, probably the best part of Path of Exile 2 is the campaigns. And yeah. Do know that it is a bit slower in terms of combat pacing, especially in the campaign. So just be aware of that. They're definitely, PoE 2 and D4 are totally different games. But I like them both for different reasons. I ported to the wrong person. Yeah, I mean, basically what Blame says, but I guess it's just like, it depends on the kind of experience you really want to have. But yeah, I mean, a build guide will definitely be the play. Oh, like, oh, you mean investment? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of how that's how they make their money, basically. Inventory management, space, those kind of things. Buying, like, those stuff that your friend is recommending is important to have, and they do cost money, but they're really good. Like, they're not a waste of money. They're not like a complete cash grab by any means, because it's done well, but you do want to have them. You don't want to not have them. Yeah, so if that's not something you want to do, I totally understand. like 100% understand. But I think it's gonna be pretty difficult for you if you don't have those things. And if you hate trading, just like I do, I don't hate trading. I rather not in most cases, personally. Then Path of Exile 2 is going to be rough for you. I did solo self-found, but I also went into it knowing that it's going to be a long journey. Like a long journey. And I was okay with that. I was okay with that. You have to ask yourself, would you be okay with that? This is getting down there. I gotta jump back up here. Give me all the stuffs. Okay, 2GA crossbow. I'll take. I think Lassie Puck is great with the two factions. I speak about this a lot, but I do think Lassie Puck has some of the best systems in action RPGs. Period, hands down. I wish they had the funding of some of the other action RPGs, so they can, you know, properly do like consistent content and stuff like that. Sorry about that, but it would be possible to continue via chat. So yeah, that's fine. Is this a bill listed on Max website, translated from English before sending it, so I might have trouble understanding if it's explaining correctly. Very true as well. She says the last of them. So so I guess the thing is that like, Wick is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate for them, and that they kind of had to sell. People might have different opinions on it, but I feel like they kind of had to like sell out to another company to be able to continue to release content because it just wasn't manageable for them to do it. Like Wilson also has some pretty decent ideas too. The team was just really small, and they have a ridiculously buggy launch. But it's just like they have some good ideas. In fact, I think Wilson had like the best transmog system like of any of the action RPGs. Their transmog system was so good. God, it was so good. But yeah. Like I can only imagine like where like Lassie Puck or even Wilson would have been if they had like, you know, Blizzard's you know, funding per se. Uh, but I mean, there's only but so much you can do, no matter how aspirational you can be. Sometimes it's not necessarily how good you are or what kind of name you are. Sometimes it really is just about being able to, you know, continue your project. I mean, even some of the greats like David Brevik ran into that with some games, right? He's had some successes obviously outside of Blizzard, obviously, and then he had some flops that really weren't his fault, but it's like it's what happens when you just don't have the backing you need to really make the title you want. For instance, I would have loved to seen what Hellgate London could have been like if they didn't have all those issues. BM, what's going on, man? Everybody's kind of split. I'm trying to help somebody real quick. Hold on 1 second, guys. Somebody's looking for my victimize Renoveros. He says he can't find it.